The NFL season is upon us. Are you ready? Are the Steelers ready, Guy?
Are you ready for some football? I think they are ready. I mean, has everything gone exactly the way they want? No, mostly because guys that they would like to have in there playing are hurt. But I think that there's an overlying feeling of we were better than what we showed last year, and I think they're anxious to kind of, you can say you put that behind you, but you can't until you start playing games, and that starts Sunday.
Predictions across the national media are not
all
positive.
over the place, though.
Yeah.
But I've seen people predicting. There's still people out there saying they're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you have seen a few?
Yeah. John was looking at some yesterday.
Okay, well, call me proven.
But I think you're right. I think across the board, then people aren't expecting much, including me.
I think the Bengals have become the hot pick. We'll see that week 2, Steelers at the Bengals. But as far as this week, they opened with the Titans team that was 6-10 last year. They've had some changes. Steelers, for whatever reason, have been so good at home in openers. And it's a good atmosphere at Heinz Field. Not saying and they've been good teams, but 10 in a row. They haven't lost since 2002 in their home opener. So this is a game they're expected to win. I mean, no argument. No. If they lose this game, it'll be a major disappointment. They drop 0-1 to
Yeah, I think
Tennessee.
a major disappointment.
I mean, Jake Locker is an unproven at quarterback. Chris Johnson, everybody knows about, and it looks like the Titans have brought in 2 linemen. They drafted with the 10th pick, Chance Warmack from Alabama, and they brought in Andy Levitre, the guard. So they're looking to run the football, but if their strength is the running game, that's been the Steelers' strength as well, stopping the run.
Yeah, but James Harrison's not here anymore, so they kind of have to reprove that again. I think, Locker's the guy I think they're counting on to make their offense better than it has been. But you just have to go back to last year, and they lost to them. Locker didn't start in that game, and that game was on the road, and it's a different vibe. But I think one of the
they wouldn't have tried a 54-yard field goal. Maybe they wouldn't have lost that game.
Maybe, but I think what you got to do is. This team last year, it's not just even so much that they went 8-8. It's I think 6 losses they had leads and blew them. That's un-Steeler-like, and that was one of them. So, I think that's something that if they can get a lead this year, they've got to do a better job protecting it. You can give me all the stats you want about the defense being number 1 in the league, yardage allowed, and all that stuff, and I've said it till I'm blue in the face. How many points do you allow in all aspects of the game? When your offense coughs up the ball on the 5, when a kick return comes past midfield and it's the 4th quarter and you're ahead by 2, can you keep them from getting within field goal range? What do you do in the red zone? You got to factor all that stuff in there. Don't give me yards per game. I don't think it's that significant.
What I'm curious to see is how Todd Haley handles this game. Are they very aggressive? No Le'Veon Bell. Looks like Will Johnson, their fullback, will be out. Heath Miller's not around. Are they coming in conservative, dinking and dunking, trying to avoid making mistakes? Or do they take some shots, and will they need to rack up big points? Because that Steelers D usually takes them a few weeks to get sharp, so they'll give up some points, I would wager. I would think this is a game in the 20s where they've got to score a few touchdowns. But are they ready to do that? Is this offense capable of putting 3-4 scores on the board? And Greg Williams, the new defensive coordinator's got a bounty on somebody. I'm assuming that's Roethlisberger.
First-team offense didn't look great in the preseason in terms of scoring. I think they'll be conservative. Does that mean they're not going to throw downfield at all? No, but I don't expect them to come out whipping it all over the place. I think they're going to try to get their feet wet. It is a home game against a team they're favored to beat, so I think they'll dip their toe in the water and see where it goes, especially when you've got the weapons missing that you had last year. I mean, look at the reality of the situation. Everybody wants to be optimistic. You have a team that was 8-8 last year. Your leading receivers from last year in terms of receptions is hurt, won't be starting the season. Your biggest deep threat from last year is no longer on the team. Your leading rusher from last year is no longer on the team. The guys that you drafted that you hope would help take care of some of these things are either hurt or haven't necessarily outright won a starting job. And you've lost James Harrison. So tell me why you think this team would be any better than they were a year ago. And I don't mean you. I just mean in general. I don't see it, at least not in September.
But the only salvation is they don't have to be better than 8-8. They just need to win this game. Just get off to a good start, beat a team you're supposed to at home.
They go into Cincinnati that second Monday night because there's a lot of pressure on Cincinnati. They kind of snuck up on teams, and now all of a sudden they're the sexy pick, and everybody's expecting stuff out of them. I agree. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, Ken. They win this first game and go into Cincinnati and somehow win that game. The whole year takes on a completely different color.
Yeah. I'm predicting a tie. Steelers, Titans, Heinz Field, 1 o'clock this weekend. Much more here at Trib Live Radio and TribLive.com.